The match we've all been waiting for since Season 1 of Baby Steps. Nabai versus Achan is coming, most likely next week. Now, there's one thing I want to mention real quick before I really talk about this episode. I've been told by watchers and readers of Baby Steps that Baby Steps Season 2 does not have an episode count. I was told that for the past couple weeks, but I haven't really actually mentioned this before, and I wanted to actually take a moment to discuss this. So, Baby Steps has no confirmed episode count. That means it might not end after 25 episodes. There is a good possibility that Baby Steps can go up into 30 episodes to 40 episodes, and if that's true, it makes me question a lot of things, like, how far are they gonna go? Because I've been told that there's some really good things going on in the manga of Baby Steps, and for it to not have an episode count, it makes me wonder how far are they really gonna go with the story. But it's not just that. I love my Baby Steps, and I can never have enough Baby Steps, because this is definitely one of my favorite series, definitely. It's in my top 5 favorite series I watch weekly. And to see now that it might not have an episode count, and it could possibly go up into the 30s or 40s, I think we can all actually be very happy about this. So enough of that, let's talk about this episode of Baby Steps. Episode continues on for last week's episode, left us on, for instance, Achan going up against his opponent that was a little bit crusty and doing anything he could to kind of win, making Achan angry and having it to where Achan was kind of having to quell his rage, because his rage was getting so bad, he had to figure out a way to where he wasn't so angry and fucking up his entire match. So the way Achan took a few moments, like he took about 30 seconds to actually calm down and chill, it was definitely time well used, because Achan needed that to be able to calm down, because if he would have continued the way he was going, it would have definitely have hurt him in the long run. He might have even lost the entire match, because the person he was fighting was using any trick he could to be able to take down Achan. Which leads into something I want to talk about. According to what Nabai said at the end of the match, he says he does want to learn those type of tactics to be able to manipulate the rules where you can make your opponent angry. I mean, psychological warfare is a legit tactic. And for Nabai to say that, it makes me wonder if Achan eventually is going to try something like that. Is he going to try to incorporate some form of psychological warfare against his opponents in the future of Baby Steps, judging by how this match was? And also, we get some characterization and a little bit of development for the opponent Achan fought that was being a little bit of a crusty. The dude says that he needs to actually figure out his own tennis. He needs to be able to get his own tennis style, and he needs to use his stamina that he's been blessed with and use it to the utmost fullest he can possibly go with it. And that's kind of where the direction of his character is going, alongside of what was happening with Nabai, how he wants to kind of learn some of those tricky strategies that manipulate his opponent, and most likely Achan will do the exact same thing. But let's talk more about, I guess, the ending conclusion of the match. Achan has only been doing tennis for about 2.5 years, and let's just take a few moments to see how far he has really come. I mean, Achan was a complete noob, a novice, when he first started 2.5 years ago. And now you look at him, he is like a pro player. It's an impressive feat, and to see how he's finally going up against one of the best in Japan, Nabai, it has my expectations at all-time high for Baby Steps, because Baby Steps has a really good track record when it comes to matches between opponents that are really well known. I mean, look what Ide and Achan's match was. That was fucking incredible. And so to think about that for a second, I wonder how this fight between Nabai and Achan is going to go down. I mean, can Achan really defeat this type of person? That is a huge question, because Baby Steps keeps a realistic approach. It does. I mean, Achan loses, he wins some, he loses some, and it's realistic. Achan does lose matches he cannot possibly win, especially against really strong opponents. So it makes me wonder, can Achan really overcome someone that's kind of similar to himself? Big question. But yeah, Baby Steps this week, fucking amazing. I can't get enough of it, and I feel like we can all agree that this is one of the best episodes of Baby Steps when it comes to terms of setting up for the next week, because Nabai versus Achan, oh god, that's gonna be hype. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.